Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Josie Waite and I'm here with Bob Reany from Mastercard, and we are talking about the future of biometrics. Thank you for joining me, Bob.
Thank you.
Biometrics seems like the technology of the future in some ways, although I use my thumbprint to unlock my phone every day. Are we ready for biometrics in financial services?
Well, the standard in financial services is a bit higher than just to unlock your phone, but I do think that the technology is just on the cusp of coming through. A couple things that are persistent are the problem that we're trying to solve. You hate your passwords. You have probably 90 identities online. Some of them you've forgotten about. They've been compromised. Over 3 billion passwords have been compromised over the last few years. So passwords don't work either for the consumer or for the enterprise. So biometrics is the answer. We have to do a few things in order to get biometrics ready. Consumers have stated that they want them. Over 92% of the consumers have said they're ready for biometrics for their banking. 93% of the banks want them. But we have to do a few more things to get ready to execute against it.
Why is the execution of biometrics such a challenge in financial services?
Well, in the financial service segment, we have to be extra safe. It's more protection that's required, even from a regulation standpoint. So we have to integrate these signals. We have to learn about the performance and other things. It isn't just as easy as opening up your phone. We have to make sure that we understand biometrics in a relationship to everything else that we already have to track and know about a consumer. The performance aspect of it has to be learned. And we actually did some work with Oxford, and we found out that many of the business leaders in the financial services industry are just really starting to learn about how to integrate biometrics into their whole ecosystem.
And what did you determine with the University of Oxford?
Well, we determined that the decision makers for the enterprise need a little bit more help. Even though it's out there and it's in the popular culture, to integrate it into the entire system, we need to focus on some frameworks for execution. The first one is performance. These things have to work the same way every time, from a matter of how many false accepts we get or how many false rejects. That has to be modeled in so we can actually know that we're actually got that consumer nailed. We also have usability. We've made in our lifetimes many systems that are really secure, but nobody can actually use. I mean, just think about how many times you forget your password, right? So those systems don't work. We have to make sure that we have the performance that the enterprise needs, as well as the usability that a consumer actually absolutely demands. And then we have factors like interoperability. I kind of mentioned it before. A lot of these vendors out there are looking for a silver bullet. They're telling you, hey, if you do biometrics, you've got the security problem beaten. That's absolutely not true. We absolutely have to integrate that into things like what device is it coming from? Where's your location? So biometrics is just one factor that has to be interoperable with everything else that the bank is already doing. We've got some other factors around security and privacy as well, and you would expect that in our business. Security means you have to use all the encryption and other ways to protect the data, and privacy is about the consumer having consent over what happens to their data. The days of us trading data and consumers not being aware of it, those days are over. We are definitely going to have to be more consumer friendly from a regulatory and from just a customer standpoint. So those 5 factors from the University of Oxford help provide a framework for where we go with this going forward.
That's great. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Josie.
And thank you for watching.